Good evening, viewers, and welcome to today's news bulletin. Here are the headlines of the day. Meghalaya Legislative Assembly budget session begins with Governor's address. Bust of legendary freedom fighter Tura Singh unveiled at Dhaka, Bangladesh. Meghalaya Legislative Assembly pays respect to the departed leaders. Mining plans for resumption of coal mining to be approved by central government agencies, says Chief Minister Conrad Sangma. And Trinamool Congress to contest Lok Sabha election from Tura parliamentary seat. The 8-day-long budget session of the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly session began today. Meghalaya Governor Pagu Chauhan, while delivering his governor's address, highlighted the government's programs and policies in different fields. He said that the interventions in sectors of healthcare, education, livelihood generations, social security, green and citizen-centric governance will ensure holistic welfare of every citizen. Enumerating some of the policies and programs of the state government, the governor said, peace and security is paramount for any developmental activity. The governor informed that Meghalaya's GSDP for the current financial year is projected to be 47,381 crore rupees, which is 11% more than the previous year. The primary, secondary and the tertiary sectors registered a growth of above 10% in the current year, informing that the state is currently implementing multiple externally aided projects cumulatively worth about 7,500 crore rupees. He added that a total amount of 1,049 crore rupees was released to Meghalaya in the last financial year, and an amount of rupees 2,062 crores has been earmarked under the scheme in the current financial year for the state.
Power और water supply, investment, promotion, IT, tourism और agriculture जैसे सेक्टर और फिर आर्थिक विकास को आगे बढ़ाएंगे, जबकि हेल्थ केयर, एजुकेशन, लाइवलीहुड जनरेशन, सामाजिक सुरक्षा, ग्रीन और सिटीजन सेंट्रिक गवर्नेंस जैसे सेक्टर में प्रत्येक नागरिक का समग्र सुनिश्चित करेगा.
The bust of legendary freedom fighter Tura Singh was unveiled at Dhaka, Bangladesh today. A delegation of Meghalaya, led by Deputy Chief Minister Dhar and other cabinet ministers Paul Lyngdoh, Ampreen Lyngdoh, traditional heads also attended the program in Bangladesh. The bust is to honor the legacy of the freedom fighter and further strengthen cultural ties between Meghalaya and Bangladesh. Meanwhile, Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad Sangma also made a statement in the House about the historic event, saying this initiative would give recognition to the freedom fighter who fought against the British forces.
And the leaders and the thinkers, they will explain.
Today, by unveiling the bust of Tura Singh in Dhaka, all of these have been recognized, and I would like to officially take this opportunity to thank the government of Bangladesh and the Honorable Prime Minister of Bangladesh. I would like to thank the Honorable Prime Minister of India, the Government of India, and all the other stakeholders who have made this a possibility.
The members of the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly today paid rich tributes to the state and national leaders who have passed away recently. Initiating the discussion during the obituary reference, Chief Minister Conrad Sangma said that a very seasoned leader, S.D. Kongwer, who passed away recently, worked tirelessly for the interest of the people. The House also remembered former MLA from Rongjeng, Nihimsan R. Sangma, who died on the year 2021. Leader of the opposition Ronnie V. Lingdo and senior leaders like Mukul Sangma also spoke highly of the state and several national leaders who have passed away in recent time. The House also observed a 2-minute silence as a mark of respect for the departed souls.
The last 6 months, the state as well as the nation as a whole has lost many great leaders.
In condoling the sad demise of this number of illustrious leaders who at different times and in their respective capacities have collectively contributed towards the peace, progress and prosperity of our state and in their respective states, and for the growth and prosperity of the nation as a whole.
So, Mr. Speaker, sir, in this solemn moment, I stand before you not just an opposition leader, but as a fellow custodian of this sacred institution in paying tribute to the extraordinary lives and dedicated service of those who have left an indelible mark on the August Assembly.
Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad Sangma today said that all the mining plans for resumption of scientific mining will be approved by the central government agencies. He said that since different policies are being applied here due to a different land tenure system, and hence the process is taking time. Meanwhile, the Chief Minister also said that a recent statement made by one of the ministers in Assam that the neighbouring state will not give an inch to Meghalaya does not reflect the voice of the majority and stand of the government. He said that both Assam and Meghalaya are holding amicable discussions to resolve the boundary dispute.
All the plans will be approved by central government agencies, which is what is being done. And the process, of course, is tedious because, as I said, there are different aspects of the land holdings, being different in our state compared to the others. And hence, the policies that apply here are different from the policies that apply in the rest of the country, and so on and so forth. So, keeping all those factors in mind, the fact that this is happening for the first time, things are taking a bit longer than we would want to. See, there are always, it's a democracy, there's always different voices that come up and different positions that people take. So I cannot comment on every position that everybody takes. And if there is one comment being made by maybe one individual or a certain minister or a certain person, it does not reflect the majority view.
Voice of the People's Party have expressed its unhappiness at the short address of the Meghalaya Governor in the budget session of the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly. The Governor delivered his customary address in the House for around 10 minutes. Speaking to media persons, VPP leader and MLA Arden Basayomoit also said that VPP is working with other opposition parties to raise different issues pertaining to the state in the ongoing budget session.
Today we have just received the advance start questions. Well, important questions have been dumb, not placed, not given a priority. So those issues will be missed to debate and deliberate on the floor of the House. So therefore, though we have many issues, but the short duration of this assembly will not give us the opportunity to dwell on all the issues that we are intending to raise.
Prime Minister A.T. Mondal today informed that the Umyam Bridge will be lifted before March 15th for retrofitting work. He said that the Power Department would also apprise the Cabinet Minister about the lifting of the bridge. According to Mondal, the traffic movement will be stopped for 4 to 8 hours on the day when the bridge is lifted, after which they will install ramp on both sides and only light motor vehicles would be allowed to ply on the bridge for some time. The Power Minister said that alternative routes are being explored to ensure that traffic movement is not affected when the bridge is lifted, even as he added that the PWD has found a way through which a bridge can be constructed on the route that will connect Shillong with Umyam.
On the day of lifting the bridge, around 4 to 8 hours, the entire bridge will be closed down. There will be no thoroughfare as far the vehicular traffic is concerned through the bridge. After it is lifted and kept in a particular height, then we'll put ramp on both sides of the bridge and allow the passage of light vehicles, and so also ambulance and all these things through the bridge. We'll be not allowing any heavy vehicles. There will be complete closure of the heavy vehicles.
The parliamentary party leader Mukul Sangma has announced that his party Trinamool Congress will contest the upcoming Lok Sabha polls from Tura constituency. Speaking to media persons here, he said that the decision will be formally announced in a couple of days. Informing that talks are also being held to explore the possibility of fielding a candidate from Shillong seat, Mukul Sangma made it clear that he is not contesting the polls as he wants to focus on state politics.
Most of the constituent parties in India bloc have decided to go solo and then put up their own candidates. So Meghalaya, in as far as Meghalaya, we waited patiently. And indications were that negotiations were still on, but it appears that it might not come to fruition. So therefore, both the seats, we have 2 seats. The only decision is whether to fight both the seats or not. But then from our side,
Prime Minister Narendra Modi today inaugurated and laid the foundation stone of multiple development projects worth over Rs 17,000 crore in Rajasthan under Viksit Bharat Viksit Rajasthan program via video conferencing. These projects cater to a number of important sectors including roads, railways, solar energy, power transmission, drinking water and petroleum and natural gas. Addressing the program, the Prime Minister said that the double-engine government of Rajasthan has started working rapidly. He said that the projects whose foundation stone was laid and inaugurated today will employ thousands of youth in the state.
हरियाणा के मेरे भाई और बहनों, विकसित भारत बनाने के लिए हरियाणा का विकसित होना भी बहुत जरूरी है। और हरियाणा तभी विकसित होगा जब यहां आधुनिक सड़कें बनेगी। हरियाणा तभी विकसित होगा जब यहां रेलवे का आधुनिक नेटवर्क होगा।
Labour Minister Shakliar Wajri on Thursday inaugurated the Industrial Training Institute at Sakwang village in Maukarwat. The Industrial Training Institute has been constructed at a cost of Rs 7.48 crores under Enhancing Skill Development Initiative in the North-Eastern States and Sikkim project. Speaking on the occasion, Wajri expressed concern about the increase in the number of dropouts from ITIs across the state. Local MLA Renington L. Tonkar expressed optimism that the training institute would be a boon for the district, particularly the young individuals who are seeking to acquire knowledge and skills through its programs.
Wilayah Sim ya kerai, ya kebagian berkat, bah minna bagaimana lah deh, penginan pan susu, ya ke fan, ya kemudian penginan teh susu iki ya, beli ni beli semut atau beli buah penginan teh susu iki ya beli saudam, kena kecelah kecumi.
Dan ketika nak pas nanti, deh tentang ability bagi yang mandru, kamu sekarang, regi kamu mereka berbohong bah. Hak nyong berbagai tolong program baru kecil yang kemai haki extra time bagi menteri hak bagi menteri bon ki karena bagi kamu berbeda bon.
The Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana gas distribution ceremony was organized at Beta Singh Farmer Market in Ampati today. The event, organized by the BJP's Southwest Karo Hills District Executive Committee, saw the presence of former MDC CEM GHADC, State Vice President of BJP, Dipul R. Marak, along with Boston Marak, District President of the party, who emphasized the party's unwavering commitment to serve different communities. And now for the weather report. The maximum temperature recorded was 18.5 degrees Celsius and the minimum temperature was 8.5 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity in the morning was 66%, while it was 63% in the evening. And the forecast says light to moderate rain and thunder shower is likely to occur at isolated places. And before we wind up, here's a look at the headlines once again. Meghalaya Legislative Assembly budget session begins with Governor's address. Bust of legendary freedom fighter Tura Singh unveiled at Dhaka, Bangladesh. Meghalaya Legislative Assembly pays respect to the departed leaders. Mining plans for resumption of coal mining to be approved by central government agencies, says Chief Minister Conrad Sangma. And Trinamool Congress to contest Lok Sabha election from Tura parliamentary seat. And with that, viewers, we've come to the end of today's edition of the News Bulletin. Do join us back tomorrow at the same time. Good night.